E.N.D here. If you happen to be the lead detective on Ravnica and you need to solve these mysterious murder cases, you require to collect strong evidence. Collect evidence is a new mechanic for murders at Karlov Manor. Collect evidence is a keyword. Collecting evidence involves a player exiling any number of cards from their graveyard with combined mana value equal to or greater than n. N is the evidence number. In murders at Karlov Manor, n can range between 4 and 10. Collecting is done as a cost, mechanically similar to bargain or kicker, where doing so is optional and gives a bonus to the spell if evidence is collected. Further, it can also be used on ward cost. But how do you play collect evidence? Let's build our battlefield and let's put X-Bane Ferox on my opponent's side. X-Bane Ferox is a very dangerous creature, has Death Touch, has haste and ward collect evidence for. As X-Bane Ferox is a very threatening creature, obviously I need to remove it. A murder spell is perfect for the job. But wait, as said, X-Bane Ferox has ward collect evidence for. Therefore, if I target the Ferox with my murder now, my spell will be countered because for the time being I don't have any cards in my graveyard. I cannot collect enough evidence to target my opponent's creature. Let's put some cards into my graveyard. E.N.D and the Plague Mare. Can I target the Ferox with my murder now? No, I cannot because I still don't have enough evidence to collect. The land has 0 mana value and the Plague Mare has 3 mana value. I cannot collect the required evidence for. Let's put more cards into my graveyard. A Shock and a Barrow Witches. Can I target the Ferox with my murder now? Yes, finally I can, because to collect evidence for, I can exile the Plague and the Shock, aggregated total mana value 4, or I can just exile the Barrow Witches that has a mana value of 5. Once I cast murder on the Ferox, ward will trigger. I will collect evidence for. Barrow Witches will do the job, exile it, and the card will be resolved. Some notes. Collect evidence can feature on spells that once you collect the required evidence will give you an additional bonus. For example, you can cast Analyze the Pollen for 1 green and you would search your library for a basic land and put it into your hand. Or you can cast Analyze the Pollen for 1 green, collect evidence 8 and search your library for a creature or land card and put it into your hand. As you can see, collecting enough evidence has its advantages. Collecting evidence is optional. You can cast a spell without collecting evidence. Obviously, you will not get the bonus. Lands have mana value 0, but you still can exile them as part of your evidence. Obviously, they still count as 0. Also, any X in the mana value of a spell is counted as 0. For example, Spelunker mana value is 1, the 1 green. You can collect more evidence than required. For example, in my case, I needed to collect evidence 4. The Barrow Witches was enough, but I could have also collected all my cards and exiled them. You can use this trick when facing Portal to Phyrexia. Some spells have optional additional cost of collecting evidence. These spells will have additional or alternative effects that happen if evidence was collected. For permanent spells with such cost, they may have enter the battlefield triggered abilities that trigger only if evidence was collected. In both cases, this means if you choose to play the additional cost of collecting evidence. So this is how you play Collect Evidence. Leave me a comment below. What do you think about this new mechanic for murders at Karlov Manor? And as always, subscription button is here. Subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.